Hello guys, welcome back, welcome to Monster Girl Gamu. Last time we left off and we went on to a bus ride only to find this, fish bitch princess that's really sadistic and shit. So, let's save it, and let's continue on, huh? What kind of, fuck, wrong voice. What kind of dog are these cages? I already repeated that. It's a wonderful room, the sole place I can relax with all the attention, the wonderful attention. Even the princes need a little airtime, yeah? Every time I visit my dolls, they have such amusing things to say. I want to see my family, letting me out of this cage. That duly doesn't belong to you. And my favorite people come looking for me, such jokers they are. Fortunately, whenever I break or grow wary of a doll, my brothers are more than happy to take her off my hands. You really should schedule a play date, Terrence. Get the notepad. You can't throw a princess in jail, can you? Delinquent school must be the closest thing. Silence? For what reason? Surely you don't disapprove, yeah? Disapproving of roads is punishable by death? You're not allowed to think that! I could have you tied to an underside of the bus and dragged for miles! You fuck these dogs or what? No, that's disgusting David behavior. It's immoral. It's depraved. Yelling girls princess should make love to or the other princesses. No man wants them poor princesses, and the only pure they want princesses too. You're more than welcome to use them for that purpose if you like. I'd get an immense pleasure from watching you do so, if you're being candid. This girl's crazy. I'm sorry for the really horrible voice acting, but I haven't been practicing forever. Whatever, let's carry on. Nothing but this girl is princess-like. I'd set a date for that as well. Just a moment. Terrence, where's my fucking notepad? You're useless. You realize, yeah? I should have you turned into sushi, you big dumb tuna. What kind of name is Terrence for a fish? They don't speak our language, so Papa's fit to rename them all. Most of things like waste of space, disappointment, lunch, and so on. Papa always comes up with clever new ways to humiliate to help. Day 7 are my property, so I was in charge of naming them. Obviously, excuse me. Another thing was to give them terrible human names. Terrence, Zechariah, Sylvester, Nathaniel, Sullivan, Shadrach, and Marcelino? I believe that's it. Truly terrible names. I actually don't know anybody by the name of those. Well, suddenly they were all related. They all have the same smell, the same disdain for work, and better not have any left my luggage on the floor again. D-boy, be a damn and administer the correct level of punishment with this whip. Well, I'm far too tired. Under strict orders of the foul-mouthed princess, the boy began distributing appropriate level of punishment. That is, until he realized how fun it was. He might have gone slightly overboard after that. Lole didn't help matters by cheering him on and awarding points. He was enjoying it so much he didn't notice the bus had stopped until she spoke up. As we reach our destination, be a damn escort me into this tin can, would you? Realizing that it was sufficient and more of an order, D-boy did as he was instructed. The fishermen were carrying her luggage and followed their stuff behind. Maybe if my channel grows, I'll actually do a full voice acted part once my voice gets better and shit. Because I can actually voice act, but it's I'm really disappointed in myself, and you're probably disappointed in me. She refused to wheel herself around after he helped her off the bus, so he was stuck in doing that as well. The fishmen kept dropping boxes, so he had to stop in and turn her around so she could berate them more often than he would have liked. Aside from this, an occasional question from the princess about the taste of random birds, it was an uneventful walk to the school grounds, and as uneventful as escorting a wheelchair-bound mermaid princess could be. The school itself didn't look like anything special, at least from the outside. It reminded him of all the girls' school across the street from him in his old town. In fact, he only knew that they were in the right spot because he had the admittedly fancy sign. Lele was audibly disappointed by the low-key exterior, but he was more than sure the inside would live up to the super expensive school label. Sorry. Scratching my back. Or not. It's okay. Like, it's better than my school. It has, like, a rustic feel. My school is, like, really modern and shit. For some reason, he assumed the whole place would be covered in ivory and gold furnishings. That was the fancy school that always looked like in romantic dramas his mother was so fond of. But this looked like a hall of a summer camp cabin. Once again, Lorelai made her disappointment known.
Human standards are really this low, yeah? There's no way you can look at this and call it prestigious. Where's the red carpet? Where are the slaves carrying our boxes? Where's the cloud of people welcoming us to the grand arrival?
Danny Boy didn't know that any other nonsense, but he was right about one thing. It was odd that he hadn't seen another person since they arrived. They couldn't be the only true troublemakers enrolled. He was all set to turn back and start looking for the skeleton when he heard a familiar voice.
Is that D-Boy? He made it!
She came barreling down the hall, but was somehow able to stop just short of knocking D-Boy over. Made it? Why wouldn't he make it?
You have no idea. I'm glad to see you. This place is a ghost town. I've got info about it. I didn't have anyone to talk to.
Oh, yeah, I read it right.
I was beginning to think that one of those self-driving buses malfunctioned again and you went off a cliff. That doesn't happen often, honest.
D-Boy wanted to yell at her for leaving him in a bus that could have killed him, but Lorelai spoke well before he could.
Are you going to introduce me to the tall skeleton? You don't expect me to do that myself, yeah?
Skeletitties! Princess Memories! D-Cup, C-Cup. Who's the D-Cup? I think it's the Skelly.
Princess Memories, delightful! D-Boy's coolness never failed to impress! Hilarious introduction aside, I'm Prince Lorelai Anderson. Please don't go out of your way to give me extra attention. Please treat me like you would any of your betters. Got it! Skelly Monte at your service. Unless you need me to do any work.
Ah, fuck, I skipped.
Oh wait, I have info. I got bored, so while waiting for you to show up, so I took a look around. Didn't think anybody would mind. This is what I learned. This is all the info Skelly has. It is. There's absolutely no one else here. And that's not completely true. I heard mumbling near the library, but didn't bother to check it out. Then I investigate the source of the noise? How odd. Monsters don't go after monsters without a strong man to take a bullet for them. That's true. Continue. So there's basically absolutely no one else here, which is odd. Maybe we're too early? The school itself seems to be separated by two sections. The side features 2 classrooms, a cafeteria, several rooms I couldn't break into, and an entire hall of bedrooms. Speaking of which, I may or may not have tried to look in the other rooms while Scully was helping me move my stuff. And I may or may not have looked with that because all the doors required ID cards to open. But there were some human movers bringing in stuff for what I can only assume D-Boy's room 3 hours ago. So there must be another way in. Still paying extra for human movers?
I keep skipping!
Where was I? Right, the second wing. The other side's full of futuristic fancy like how you expect the school to look. Most of the doors were locked, but I could see some of them. Some of the classrooms, the library, nurse's office, a pool, and the teacher's lounge. Getting into the last one, if trying to pick a lock, why didn't you just try in the nurse's office? There was a really long hallway that presumably leads to the third wing, but the door leading to it wouldn't open. That's Scully Hall has to report.
No teachers?
Oddly enough, no. It's kind of weird, isn't it? You'd think that the school would have teachers here around the clock because the whole riffraff thing. Unless, of course, our teachers is also delinquent of some sort. You mean like Onizuka? That'd be so cool! Maybe we'll get lucky and have a super tough Bara-Oni teacher. That'd be rather entertaining, yes. If it's not too much trouble, do you think you could show me to my room, Skelly? The help tends to get restless, and if I'm not one of them around. The help? guys behind me, boy? They're with you? That's cool! Really cool, super cool. I'll show you to your room. But you gotta tell me more about them. Oh, D-boy, you might want to take a look around while you've got the chance. I'll meet you back in an hour. Probably.
And it come across the library monster, kill it and bring it back to me.
Don't do that. Just look around and be safe.
I love her. I love the princess. Per oh my god. Per Skelly's suggestion, dear boys chose to look around instead of waiting for them to return. A building this large had to have a few secrets, or something worth stealing. With any luck, he can kill half an hour or so. First up, the cafeteria. Much like the previous hall, it was a bit low-key for the school. Not that he cared, he was so hoping he'd find something to eat. There were a few buzzing pizzas, but he didn't have patience for that. Nothing else would do. It was off to the other way. Wow, I'm getting a British accent now. She was right about it being futuristic compared to the other side. It wasn't as nice as his house, but definitely more in line for what he had expected. A classroom! Did anybody even remember the last time he'd stepped in foot one of those? Since his last explosion, the majority of his time was spent bothering his dad at work. He wasn't sure what to do in school. The entire room felt alien to him. The school's nature was also an issue. Because of it, he probably couldn't get set in home no matter how hard he tried. Would he have to learn? Was this his life now, being some loser who would read books willingly? The thought of it was making him sick. He had to get out of here. The library! Not a great place to go if you don't want books or learning, kid. He was sure if this was a nice selection of books or not. Unless he was hitting on the librarian, he never went near them. The table was sturdy enough to sleep on, and it was good enough for him. He was all set to leave when he remembered Skelly mentioning a noise. Maybe it was coming from the door in the back. Noises, but it was an odd color. Anything that plane had lead to a secret room. It wouldn't open. He started to look for something to burn it down with. Maybe he could use matches he had on him. Fortunately for the door, he had no extra pen and paper nearby. Well, it hurts the first time you have it. Feels warm inside and makes you miserable if you never receive it from anyone. A riddle? Not even an hour, he's already forced to do homework. I don't want to screw this up, but I think we'll save this for the next video. So, I'll see you later, alright? You guys have a great, fantastic day. Keep happy, and stay awesome.